Aloha! So I'm just gonna do this really quick live video here to let you all know what's going on with me. I know it's been over a week since my last video, and it sounds like a confession thing. Anyway, so I recently got a diagnosis that I have PTSD, which one of my friends kind of guessed because of things I've told her and what she's noticed. And after reading about it, I kind of agreed. And oh, great, my battery's low, so this is going to be a really short video. Anyway, so um, where was I going with that? So I got a prescription for Zoloft. Well, actually, it's the generic version of it, which I can't remember the name. But anyway, it's supposed to help with anxiety and ADHD and mood things if you're going through the change of life to menopause, which I am, and I'm also dealing with grief still, and I think I may have some autism, which that has not been verified yet. I unfortunately found out the hard way that the mental health clinic that I went to get diagnosed does not have a psychologist on staff, and for some reason, only a psychologist can diagnose that, not a psychiatrist. Psychiatrist only can diagnose you for things that can be treated with medication, not other things, which if you have listened to my other videos, you know that I don't like medication, especially after what I've seen, what it did to Tom. And I've taken medications in the past too. Like I took a beta blocker for my heart, which really made me feel weird, and I didn't like it, and it didn't help my heart palpitations go away any quicker. So anyway, so I really don't want to take the Zoloft thing, especially after the pharmacist told me that for the first 4 weeks you may not notice any difference, and but that noise in the background is my dog scratching. Anyway, um, sorry about that. And so they said it takes 4 weeks for you to notice any difference, and you might start thinking suicidal thoughts. So they said if you start to think that, then let them know, and then they will change the prescription. But I'm thinking if you start having suicidal thoughts and you actually act on it, then it's probably too late. So anyway, um, and what else did they say? Oh, it might cause constipation, which they said should stop within a week, which is not too bad. Um, so the whole thing is it's supposed to help me not, I guess, overthink things. And I guess to be able to think clearly, because that's my problem is but see, this is like, I've been like this like my whole life. My mom even said, like, when I was a teenager, that I think about things too much and I'm too serious. And um, so I don't know. And then part of me is like, I just need to really do what I've been studying about and talking about, and that is doing meditation and prayer whenever I feel anxious or my thoughts are like thinking too much or whatever. I don't know. But then part of me is also thinking, I have a lot of responsibility now that I didn't have before. And so, yeah, it's going to take some time to get used to it. But also, I'm like, it's been, what, almost 9 months now since Tom's passed. And I don't know, somebody told me it could take 2 years before you really get some sense of normal, which that just seems so daunting to me. And I really, really still feel strong about living with people. And I don't want to live with just one other person because I feel like that's just too much for me and too much for that person because we're probably going to end up getting into arguments or they're going to get on my nerves or vice versa. And I would really just like to live in like a team setting, like with like three other people. So it'd be like four of us, and we would share the responsibilities, taking turns, or like two of us, handle cooking, two of us handle doing laundry or whatever, managing the finances. Like we take turns doing it. And that way, no one person feels like alone and overwhelmed with everything. So you always have someone there to lean on and confide in, and when the other people gets on your nerves, you have the other people to talk to and kind of have some perspective. So that way, everyone's going to have like bad moods and stuff and bad days, and or like might be sick too, and so you can't do the laundry because you're sick, so the other people can step up and take care of it, and then when you feel better, then you can pay back the favor or whatever. So I don't know. So I've been looking into communes, which I didn't know that there were so many. They call them intentional communities. And so I don't know if that's like far fetched or not, but from what I've read so far and videos that I've seen, they sound very in tune with how I feel. And I don't know if what I'm reading and seeing is the truth. I guess, but some of these places say you can visit for a few days, a week, a month, and see how you like it before you know, commit to living there. So I don't know. Because I don't have really any friends or family that I could live with, I think. I mean, I don't know, because I don't, like I said, I want to live with like a group of people. I don't want to live with just one other person, because I'm also not wanting to depend on any one other person anymore. Because before I depended on my mom, and then I went from living with my mom to living with Tom, and I don't want to be in that predicament anymore. I want to be interdependent, so independent in a sense, but also dependent on other people, and that we have like give and take, but having a group of people instead of just one person. So that way, if one of the people dies or whatever, or decides to leave, um, then it's not such a big shift in my life. I think that just makes more sense. So, and this makes me wish that I had brothers and sisters that I could turn to at this point, or children. But I mean, just because you have kids doesn't mean that they're going to take care of you when you get older. So I don't think that is really an answer to anything. So to me, it's just finding a community where I can belong in and feel like I'm useful and can contribute and be able to make a living. So, and I can't do what I used to do. I'm trying to do my best at what I'm doing here, and it's just, I get stuck in thinking about things, and I try to get myself to focus on doing one thing, and it's so hard. I don't understand why my brain is like this. so disappointing because I used to be so good at just like focusing on something and getting it done, and I just can't. And it just doesn't make sense. It's like I was able to walk and now my leg is broken and I can't walk. you know? Um, so so I hope this gives you some sense of where I'm at with things. So I'm still, thinking about I should take this medication. It's like if I take it, it's not gonna change anything tomorrow. It's not gonna change anything for a month, and I have to remember to take it. Um, I have to take it before bedtime, and I've got all these alarms set up for myself to do things on a certain time, and like half the time I get them done. So anyway, that's my other problem. And that's why I feel like if I had people living with me, then, we could be there to like help each other remember stuff and be accountability partners. I've got accountability partners that I've been working with here and over the phone, but I don't know. It's not the same when you live with somebody and you see them every day. And my friends have their lives, and I hate calling them so often. And I mean, a lot of times they're busy, and I don't know. I just feel so lost sometimes and so detached, and I'm trying to build relationships, within my church community, within my neighborhood community, within my fitness community, and I don't know. It's like it's there, but it's not. So, I don't know. I just don't know how. I feel like I'm missing so many pieces to this puzzle that I'm never going to be able to complete it. And so I'm like continuing to like look for the missing pieces, and so I don't know. I just feel like maybe I'm looking in the wrong spot and I need to look in a different spot. I don't know if that makes any sense. So anyway, I'll leave it at that because my phone's probably going to die soon. So talk to you soon. See you in the next video. Mahalo for watching and listening to me.